Hey, what's up, YouTube? DiGiTiLsOuL here. Psh. As you can see, there's some major beardage going on here. I didn't get to shower for a couple days. It's taking care of kids, man. My wife's doing a lot better. I appreciate all the kind messages that you guys sent. But I really can't go too far because she can't do a lot of lifting. Nothing over 20 pounds, and both my kids are probably over 20 pounds. I know Hayden weighs a lot. He's like freaking 5 years old, almost 5 foot tall. He's a giant. But right now, I'm in the lower bunk of the bunk bed. Lower bunk here. Here's my bar. Because I had to hide in here to get a moment of quietness. Because there was nowhere else for me to go. And for now, here comes one tired dad with the video. One more time, one more time, one more time. Today I wanted to sort of toss in a little off the wall with a little video game together. I want to talk about emulation, or emulating video games for you that don't know about it. For a while now, there's been a lot of people who are clever online doing their thing. I mean, I'm not going to try to act like I know what's going on with it because I don't. I'm quite dumb to it all, trust me. But, they make these emulators where you can make your computer run a program and make it act like it's an Atari or a Sega Genesis or a Nintendo 8-bit system or a Nintendo Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, a PlayStation 2, a GameCube, an Xbox. They could do all these things, man. And then you could download these things called ROMs or CDIs or ISOs or some kind of CID, DI, whatever files. Those are the games. And if you have a really good computer, some of the newer systems like the PlayStation 2, it's not like new or anything, but it's like the ones that are like emulated, so to speak, and you can play these games. And I want to know how you guys feel about that, because what that does is that makes it, if people are ripping off games, because I heard that there's actually one for the Wii out there right now, like the one that does the GameCube, they figured out that it can run Wii games for some reason. Now what that's going to do is that hurts the market. Now a lot of you 360 and PlayStation 3 owners don't give a darn about that Wii market, but what happens is these people emulate these games, like I get a game and I can back it up, so to speak. There's ways that they figured out. I don't know how these people figure this stuff out, but, I guess because they're just smart, and they could like back up their game. So as long as you own the game, it's cool and you could back it up. Well, so many people, they upload that little chumpy online. You could do a little tradey trade or something like that. And what that does is that hurts game sales, because instead of people going out and buying the game, they're just swapping games, trading games, downloading games illegally, causing, them not to make any money off of their, video games. And therefore, how can they make more games without, money? People think, oh yeah, it's so cool. I'm just downloading these games and, I'm getting it all free and la-da-da-da-da. But then what you're doing is you're hurting the people that are paying the money for the games, because then they have to charge more. Because, they got to make their money so they can make new products. And now my question is this. Say like something that's no longer in circulation, like, Super Nintendo N64, PlayStation X, or PS1, PSX, whatever. The first ones. What they should do with that is make a bundle of all the games and software, because they could put that on a couple of discs, and they could either sell you the emulator or just sell you a system that can play all those games if you want them, instead of having to download them or something. Or maybe you can just order a disc. Like if there was a company out there that worked with Sony, and people can put in purchases towards, I want this game, this game, this game, this game. They put that all on a disc, and they could send you like a system or something. And if people were buying the game that way, or are you cool with people pirating games online? I mean, of course, everybody in the world would want something for free. I mean, you'd be dumb if you didn't, because that's life. Everybody would love to have everything, but that's not the way it is. And we have an economy, and people want money because they're offering services. But emulation, man, it's a tricky thing, you know? I mean, should it be as illegal as, you know, theft, robbery, or drugs or things like that? Could people go to jail for that sort of thing? You know, because there's just these people out there that are just so clever that they can uncode these games, or they can like make a system. Like right now, I think the PlayStation 3, there's something in it that's preventing people from being able to just play games, because what would stop somebody from taking a file for like a PlayStation 3 game and like loading it? Somehow it has to work with the disc or something. I mean, it's just hard to say. It's just really hard. Emulation, man. ROMs. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go online, type in emulator in a search engine. You know, Google it and Google ROMs, and you'll be surprised what's out there. And it's crazy. It's such a crazy market. And if they were smart, they can make money off of it instead of people pirating it, because there's a lot of people that don't know what it is. But for now, this is DiGiTiLsOuL from the bottom bunk. And I'm sorry that this week has been a little rough. And I know I don't need to apologize. And I thank you guys, you know, for just always being cool and hanging out. But until next time, have a great weekend. I'll see you soon. Peace. Psh, bottom punk.